office overlooking the sparkling water right now as we're talking. And since we work from home, our commute's about 27 steps to my office, and I have my morning coffee and do some reading because I believe in personal development. I read at least 10 pages every day of a positive, reinforcing book. And now I've read hundreds and hundreds of books, although I was never a reader when I got started with this process, but realized that if you want to change, you have to change yourself, and it's the only thing you can change and count on is yourself. And so I started realizing that I wasn't going where I wanted to, and so I got into personal development through this industry, and now I do that reading the first thing in the morning, and have my morning coffee and some breakfast, maybe go walk out in the dock and have our coffee on our dock. I do a morning conference call with my team leaders every morning at 9 o'clock for 15 minutes. We call it a morning stretch call, and we have people calling in from all across North America. And, that sort of sets the day. I make a few calls about people looking for LegalShield, needing legal help. I can help them. I might do a luncheon. We go and do luncheon presentations, and darn, we have to eat. And while we're eating, we visit with friends. And many times as I'm working, so-called working, I'm not sure if I'm working or just having fun. We attend several networking events, whether it's with Chamber of Commerce, Lions, Kiwanis, those kinds of things. We do many of those. And sometimes in the evenings we do evening presentations, and sometimes we don't, usually one or two a week. So we really have about a 2 or 3 day work week and at night. And I spend a lot of time water skiing and life out on the lake, as most of you know it. A couple of sea-doos, we have some fun. So I have a lot of leisure time. We also do traveling all across North America as well. We actually just got back from Jamaica.
Wow.
And so we have a very comfortable lifestyle with no commute from home, earning a very substantial six-figure income. So it's a pretty nice lifestyle.
Excellent. You're making me jealous there, Rob. So I only know this because I'm in LegalShield, but what is your why and what is a why? What's that all about?
A why is really something to motivate you to get out of bed in the morning. Some people call it a stick, and that can be, basically you're beat up if you don't do something. Other people, there's entitlements, incentives. I'm not sure when I had a job whether my hourly wage was a stick or an incentive, but, you want your hourly wage, so you get up and you go do something. When you work for yourself and in a company like LegalShield or any other company, I really don't have a boss. And so we have to be motivated to do the things that are needed. And so a why is something that, makes you just want to do something. It might be a personal why. It might be to help others. It may be something to make yourself financially free. It might be to help your parents become free. They might be working at an elderly age. So for a lot of people, that's a big motivation of why. It may be to help third parties, the charitable organizations. Usually a why is bigger than yourself. And a lot of people, when they first start, their why is just to, put bread and butter on the table sort of thing. But later it develops, because once you do that, what is the next thing to do your why? Because, again, you have no boss. And so it has to be something that really drives you to do something greater. My particular why is to radically and dramatically change the delivery of the legal system that we do with this company to help people every day. And there's hardly a day goes by that we don't get a call, an email, a text from somebody saying, thank you for sharing LegalShield with me. And that's my why, just changing, that system one day, one family, one person at a time. And again, it's kind of a controversial company because most people think it's too good to be true. It can't possibly work that way. And so that's my sort of second why, is to prove that this system has worked. We're a 40-year-old company.
Wow.
With about 1.4 million families protected. And if you take an average family of about 3, that's about 4.5 million people, that are protected under our program. But we got 330 million people to touch base with, so we got a long ways to go yet.
Excellent. Wow. That's powerful, Rob. Completely powerful. my why, it is to be financially secure, not worrying about, if I can get groceries in the house or pay the next bill or what's going to be shut off. So I got a pretty powerful why too. I've got a wife and 3 beautiful children, but that's incredibly powerful. Just to recap, Rob. So LegalShield is a system where you can save people money on services they're going to use, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be. Just kind of recap what it offers, kind of, and what's the cost on it, and how people can get involved.
Well, a good way to wrap your mind around it is if you're familiar with a CAA plan for automobile in Canada, AAA in the United States. It's a voluntary month-to-month membership that you carry just in case. It's not like you wait for a legal problem to happen to purchase LegalShield. The same way CAA, you buy CAA just in case something happens. And what we find is once people have a legal plan, and they will use it, and what happens is I will save you money. As a matter of fact, it's a legal plan, sort of a savings plan disguised as a legal plan, because we will save people thousands and thousands of dollars, get money back from them, give them peace of mind that their membership really never costs them anything. It saves them money. And so having it available to people, just like CAA, think of it as CAA, 1-800-HELP-ME, in your back pocket, a lawyer in your back pocket for about $1 a day to protect you and your family whenever you need that help is basically what we do. And I think that's the fastest way to explain it.
That's incredible. So $26 a month. Well, I know the answer to this, but I'm sure people are asking, well, what kind of lawyer you're going to get for $26 a month? Is it the guy that's been practicing for a year? Who we got?
It is one of our biggest questions. Like, that's 87 cents a day. Is the lawyer past the bar? Is he in the bar? Is he under the bar? Like all that kind of stuff. Well, I shared some numbers with you there very quickly. About 1.4 million families are protected at about $1 a day. That means we have about $1.4 million every single day, 365 days a year. So don't look at it as $1 going in to talk to a lawyer. Look at it that you have about $1.4 million every day to talk to a lawyer. And so we definitely grab their attention. And when we do that, we have some of the best, and I don't want to say best, but top quality lawyers all across North America. The firm in Ontario, for instance, is a firm, excuse me, Mills & Mills. They're celebrating 130 years in business. One of the oldest family-run law firms in the country. Very prominent law firm, 130 years old, that is AV rated, which is one of the highest ratings a lawyer can have, a law firm can have, and we have lawyers like that all across North America. Right now, I believe the number's around 6,900 lawyers are on our system. So we have the service, and we have the coverage for families at a very affordable cost.
Excellent. That's incredible. That's incredible. Helping families. There's no better way to earn a business. There's a lot of folks out there that, have to step on people to get to the top, and you've only helped people to get to the top. That's incredible.
Well, that's a good way to put it, and I like that.
Yeah. So 2 last questions here. I know you're a busy man. Is, what do you do different than most that makes you a success today, Rob?
Well, I think there's 3 things that really have made our success. And the first one is we had a burning desire. We had a burning desire to help people, a burning desire to change the legal system, and a burning desire to make this a success in Canada and in the U.S. The second thing we had was a willingness to work. And that willingness to work is, again, no free lunch. It's to go and do what was being taught to us back 15 years ago and duplicating that. So being very coachable. It's one thing to be willing to work. Sort of describes when I first started the police department, I was in training. And I might have had some great ideas about how policing should be done, but I was a rookie. And so I had to do what my teachers, my training officers told me. And I think that's the same as anything. If you're a doctor, you couldn't just go in and do the way you wanted. You'd have to take training. If you were a school teacher, you'd have to, do what the other teachers tell you. And so being coachable is very key. So willingness to work and be coachable. And number 3 is a never give up attitude. Sometimes people tend to listen to the wrong people with good intentions. Most people have great intentions, but you have to have a never give up attitude. I don't know how many times I've been told, this can't work because it sounds too good to be true. But 15 years later, and tens of thousands of people predicted, it is true and it is working. Mm-hmm. And so it depends. I could have been talked out of it very quickly, but I believed in what we did. It's a win-win for the consumer. The winner in our whole concept is the person getting the membership, and that's so key that it is month to month. So if we don't live up to our promises, people don't have to keep it. So you can't lose in our system. And I think that's the greatest thing. So I have that never give up attitude. So 3 things, really: a burning desire, a willingness to work and be coachable, and a never give up attitude. Excellent.
Powerful information. Thanks for that, Rob. So, I hate to do this to you, put you on the spot, but my listeners, they're coming out, they're listening to you. I like to think that I'm here for them. And so what could you offer listeners today if they got involved right now? Is there any discounts or promos? You're the VP. Is there anything you can throw out there today?
Well, in LegalShield, we have such incredible value in our membership. Our membership never goes on sale. There's no discount volume for buying. There's no front-end loading that you can stock up with a lot of LegalShield memberships. We're actually only allowed 1 membership each to protect the family. I'm not actually allowed to buy a second one, which is very unique in our company and in this industry. But right now we have a half price, a reduction in a fee to join to market LegalShield, a relaxed setup fee, let's call it. It's normally $149, and for the month of June, which is only a few more days, it's half price at $75.
Wow.
At $149, it's incredible value. At $75, you have to ask yourself, well, what if it works? And get signed up right away.
It's like that a commercial I seen there in a store, and they got such a low price they thought they stole it. So the wife's running out with a bag of stuff and saying, "Start the car, start the car."
Commercial, I love it. It makes me laugh.
It's a fantastic commercial. Yeah. So that's incredible. So $149 is great in itself to start your own business. Franchises starting at $1 million, a lot of them. This one being 40 years old. You could start it at $149, but today is the 27th of June, 2014, and you can get it for $75. That's just incredible.
That's a one-time fee. That's not an annual fee. That's
okay.
A one-time setup fee, and away you go.
Excellent. So if they wanted to contact you and get involved in this, how could they do that? Is there an email? Is there a website? Is there both?
Well, I do have a toll-free number, and it's I can give that to you if you like, or
Excellent.
My email address is ls for LegalShield, Rob, my first name, at yahoo.ca. So
Excellent.
ls.rob@yahoo.ca. And would you like my toll-free number?
Yes, let's throw it out there for the listeners, the toll-free number for Rob Mackenzie. They can get you directly, the regional vice president of LegalShield.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, let's throw that out there.
866-238-5051. That's 866-238-5051.
Excellent. All right, Rob. Well, we've come to our end of our time here. Just incredible information. Sounds like just an incredible business. That's why I got involved. And only honesty on this show, folks. I've only been with the company a month. I've got an amazing mentor, Rob Mackenzie, and my why is huge. My mentor is Rob, and a lot of others, and I'm never going to give up. This is just an incredible company. It's credible to work with Rob and his wife, Charlene. I remember meeting your wife for the first time, and I was wearing a hat, and she made sure I took that off. Just a motherly, loving person. It was just fantastic. And just again, thanks, Rob, for coming on the show. Really appreciate your wisdom, your insight, and we'll hope to have you on again.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
All right, no problem. Thanks so much. All right, thanks, listeners. So this is show 1 of On the Line Radio. There's more to come, more shows. We're going to have some great interviews with some great guests. And if you have any questions for me, you can email me at irishjoe23@gmail.com or hit me up on my Facebook, which a link will be provided. So thank you so much for listening. That's On the Line Radio.